What up, y'all? A thought popped up into my mind, and basically it was, don't expect what you pour into others for them to always be able to reciprocate, or for it to be reciprocated back to you. And I'm going to use an example from my life. I have friends and whatnot, and just not even just in life, period. Me expecting my friends or people that I have that are in my life to do the same thing that I do for them, or pour into me how I pour into them. Or, for an example, if I'm patient with someone, or if if that's something that I do for them, I can't always expect for that to be reciprocated back to me. And the reason being is because people are flawed, first of all. And people may not have the same capacity that God has given you to be for them. And I'm going to use the passage where with Jesus' life, Jesus poured into his disciples, and he called them friends. He said, I call you friend. And it's funny because the same loyalty and the fact that he was able to, die for them and do everything that he did for them, at some point in their relationship, they weren't able to be loyal to him like he was loyal to them. Peter denied Jesus. Judas betrayed Jesus. All of them, in some capacity, failed Jesus and did not reciprocate what Jesus had been to them. So, if it happened to Jesus, why do you think it won't happen to you, or it can't happen to you? And this is why all the more we should put our trust in God to be everything that we need. A lot of times, and a lot of us, including myself, we struggle with people bondage. And people bondage doesn't just, mean that you care about what other folks think about you, but it also is that you rely totally, or you rely too much on people to be what you need in your life. And the problem with that is when they fail you. When they fail you, you get mad or whatever because you thought that, they were going to come through. But the only one that does that for us is God. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, pretty much all I wanted to say about friendships and people bondage, and don't expect people to reciprocate what God has given you the capacity to do for them. Just do what is in your heart to do for people, and don't expect, when you do things, don't expect it in return. Just do it because you're doing it unto God. You're doing it, because you love God. I think that's the best way that you can love people is, I love God, and God has changed my heart, and I do these things because I find a joy to do it. And whether or not you reciprocate it, whether or not you give it right back to me, makes me no difference, because I don't receive, my life and breath from you. I get all of that from Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's all I pretty much have to say, you guys. I love you guys, and I just hope that, we can, I guess, mature in our faith, mature in Christ. That's not to excuse people's behavior or excuse you from confronting people about certain things that is a problem. No, that doesn't mean that you don't, act accordingly. Use wisdom, but just don't rely heavily on people to be something that you are to them, because unfortunately, people are not God. They're not. They're not perfect in all their ways. Only Jesus is, you know. So look to God for everything that you need in your life, and just see how your mindset, and not only your mindset, but your heart will change towards people, you know, and you'll be able to love people more better because of that. So, all right, y'all keep praying for me, and I'll keep praying for y'all, and y'all have a good day.